How is the government formed? There are 60 seats at the chamber. A political party has to obtain at least 31 seats to be allowed to govern alone. Why 31 seats? The chamber passes laws. For a law to be passed, the majority of deputies needs to vote in favour of it. If a political party has at least 31 seats at the chamber, it can easily have government bills adopted at the chamber. This minimum of 31 votes is called parliamentary majority. What is a coalition government? If, after parliamentary elections, no party obtains enough seats to govern alone, the representatives of several parties can collaborate to have together at least 31 seats at the chamber. This is why some parties meet directly after the publication of the results and discuss if they can agree on forming a government together. If a government is composed of representatives from several political parties, we have a coalition government. What is the role of the government formateur? As defined in the Constitution, the Grand Duke organises the government. If several political parties, gathering at least 31 seats at the chamber, express their will to form a coalition government, the Grand Duke nominates a so-called government formateur, in charge of forming a government. It is customary that the formateur becomes Prime Minister after successfully having set up a government. If the situation isn't clear yet, the Grand Duke may name an informateur beforehand. The informateur's task is to find out which political parties might be suitable to form a government together. How is the government formed? Once it has been decided which parties will form the new government, they meet to agree on a government programme and the composition of the government. This process is called coalition talks. After this important step, the formateur, who will become the new Prime Minister, presents a list of members of the future government to the Grand Duke. A government may involve ministers as well as state secretaries. Every minister has specific responsibilities. A state secretary represents a minister in one or several of his specific responsibilities. In these fields, he is entitled to act on his behalf. For example, he can sign decisions on the minister's behalf. How is the government officially recognized? Based on the list he received from the formateur, the Grand Duke, in his capacity as head of state, appoints the new government during an official ceremony in the Grand Ducal Palace. What about the chamber's role? The government, which now has officially taken office, still needs to get the confidence of the newly elected Chamber of Deputies. How can the Parliament express its confidence? That's easy. The deputies express their confidence through a vote following the presentation of the government programme by the new Prime Minister at the Chamber. The government has to get at least 31 votes, which means a parliamentary majority, to get the Chamber's confidence. This is a key element of our democracy. The government needs to have the Chamber's trust, who represents the country, is obliged to control the government and approves laws. Afterwards, the government starts its work, always in the country's and citizens' interest. Watch all our videos on www.gouvernement.lu.